I had the chance to sit down with my friend Joe Manganiello to talk about why he likes Tiamat, this evil goddess. What is interesting about that god in D&D lore, and why Arkhan is such a devout paladin for her.
Man, why is Tiamat so interesting to me? I have to give a lot of credit to Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman. To me, Tiamat is, it's another realm's way of understanding the goddess Tiamat, this ancient goddess, Tachesis and Tiamat. It's just, to me, those were two cultures that were describing the same thing. Calling it God, calling it Jehovah, it's a different, it's just a different name for the same God in a different realm who was pulling different things at different times. Now, I've had discussions with people at Wizards and very clandestine talks, and they may disagree with me saying that, but in my mind, that's how I play it. Now, what's so interesting about it to me? I think as a kid, the seductress that was Tachesis played a lot into that. It was the Emperor in Star Wars. There was nothing seductive about him other than the promise of power. The idea that this goddess could take this form that could be seductive to a character. So it's this, it comes in the form of the most beautiful woman you've ever seen that you know isn't good for you. It's not going to go well. It's not going to be an equal. It's not going to be consensual. You are now a servant of this God. And there's like an enslavement that goes on. And this idea that she could turn on you at any moment unless you play your cards right. I thought that was just that's a really interesting God or power source or emperor to think about. And that added a different twist to things, like in terms of having a Roman god or having pagan gods. Like there wasn't one that way, at least when I was growing up. And so I thought that was a really interesting take on it. This female take that she could also appear in the form of this seductress, and the idea that my character was sort of tantalized by that seductive power, but also hiding any form of weakness from her at the same time. There's what gets created there in the middle is this energy that maybe you want out of this deal. Maybe this isn't good for you. And as you rise in power, maybe there's a point where you realize, I need to get out of it. I either need to, like Raceland did, defeat the goddess and become a god, or break free from that power. And I think it was working a story towards that moment is, I think, how Arkhan, how his kind of long play story, that's where it's headed. And I think I just think that I think aside from that too, it's like a 5-headed dragon. What's cooler than that? I mean, on a base level, let's just get real.
Thank you again, Joe, so much for the interview. I am your host, Todd Kenrick. Thank you so much for watching.